If you want to be successful in business, start with your friends, family, and neighbors. How many of you looking at me heard that at least one time in your life when you wanted to start a business? How many of you found out that there's a little struggle with that? I can tell you that I did, and in fact, every time I hear someone say it, it gets on my last nerve. Not only that, I've discovered that adhering to that philosophy is what keeps 97% of people in the home-based industry broke and struggling. Broke as a joke, or as my dad used to say, so broke that they can't pay attention. And it's not as funny as it is sad. I'm going to share with you over the next few minutes why that gets on my nerves and why I believe it isn't true and not a good way to do business. Hey there, everybody. This is Earl Bryant coming at you from the New York City suburbs of Long Island. It's time once again for Pearls from Earl. Just want to share a short little eye-opener with you right now as to why I believe that is not a very good policy for most people. First off, let me give you a couple of quick examples of some very successful people who did not use that model to build sustainable success. You may have heard the names Les Brown, Debbie Fields, Robert Kiyosaki, even Oprah Winfrey. You probably would not have ever heard of them had it been for them being totally dependent on their friends, family, and loved ones. In fact, Les Brown is known for getting a lot of opposition from his family. In moments of setback and disappointment, he had several siblings taunting him with, "I told you so," and "just get right back here where you belong, the rest of us." In fact, his biggest detractor was his twin brother, Wesley. Yeah, his twin brother. Everybody was sure he was going to fail, but he ignored the naysayers, even the ones in his own family, and became successful. You might be kind of familiar with the name Debbie Fields. If you've ever tried Mrs. Fields cookies, then you know what she's known for. But what you might not realize is that in an interview for the book 3 Feet from Gold, she made the statement that her mother was her biggest inspiration. When asked if her mother was that supportive, Debbie said far from it, and went on to explain how her mother opposed every single move she made with regard to her business venture, and her mother told everyone who would listen that she was sure Debbie would fail. And Debbie said, in retrospect, sometimes you have to take inspiration wherever you can find it. Robert Kiyosaki is known for one of the best-selling personal finance books of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He has a Rich Dad Education Company. He starts companies seemingly left and right. He's known as the Millionaire Teacher. But do you know that despite his success, when he goes back to Hawaii for family gatherings, he still has family members ask him this question: "Robert, have you found a job yet?" Because they think without a job he couldn't possibly be successful, even though he's had all kinds of success. And you might know this about Oprah Winfrey. In the years of her TV show, her talk show, in its heyday, she had gone to visit some family in Mississippi. And she was explaining to them what she was involved with, all the projects, humanitarian efforts, and just sharing a few stories about her success. As she was talking, one of the older gentlemen in the family listened very patiently and very calmly. And then after she explained everything that she was doing, he very quietly said, and this came from Oprah, I'm not making this up, "You know, I still think you're going to need that degree." All true stories. You can look them up yourself. If you don't believe me, check them out. Now, like I said, people who say friends, family, neighbors, I kind of sort of get it, because the assumption is that nobody's going to support you like the people that know you and love you best. That's a cute little assumption, but it's not always true, and it's certainly not true for a lot of people. And the reason that a lot of folks struggle with that notion when it comes to home-based business is because they are taught to believe that the only people they should be doing business with are the people that know them best. And I heard someone tell me this years ago, a guy I know down in Georgia said that the reason strangers tend to believe in your potential more than your family, your loved ones and such, is because people who don't know you look at you through eyes of the future and what you can do, while the people who do know you look at you through the eyes of the past, and they see only your past mistakes, and they just think that you're going to repeat all those mistakes you made in the past, and that there's really no point in going on any further because you just fail all over again. I'm sure you've noticed that behind me there is a tree, and that up to the sky you see branches going off in all directions. Well, let me direct your attention to the other parts of the tree. You may see it down here, the trunk going up to the branches, and down below the ground you have roots. Those roots are also going off in different directions. What I want to point out to you is this. The roots are fanning out all over the place below the ground you can't see. They're receiving nutrients and strength from all different parts of the soil underneath this asphalt that go up through the trunk and make their way up into the branches. And the branches fan off in all directions. Well, every organization, I don't care what business it is, they all receive nutrients and strength and gifts and talents from people that come in from all over the place. They bring their gifts, their talents, their strengths, their abilities, their attributes, their nutrients to strengthen the organization, so the organization can go off in all different directions, as you see up here, and make all kinds of impact in all different areas to all different people at all different times. If you operate with the philosophy that you can only build a business from one single resource and that you can only go in one different direction, the growth of your organization is going to be stunted. And I don't care how much you try to argue to the contrary. And I'll throw something else out at you right now just to give you consideration. Several years ago, I was at a convention where I heard a very well-known business leader speak. If I mention his name, some of you would know who I'm talking about. But he was one of these people who endorsed the go with your warm market to build your business mantra, meaning your friends, family, loved ones. But by definition, they're not really your warm market in terms of business. They're just people that you happen to know personally. And a lot of them would be very resentful of you if they believe that you saw them as a number and only use them as a transaction. A market is a gathering place where people of their own will get together to buy and sell products, goods, and services. That does not necessarily describe the people that you know through personal relationship. As I said, they would resent the fact that you might be using them to line your pockets with a few dollars. Now, you might be able to argue the case that you're sharing something with them that might benefit them, but at the same time, it's still their decision to make. It's not yours. Now, this leader I'm telling you about, I'll just tell you real quick. He's the one who espoused the warm market theory, but at the same time, when he started his career, he set letters of introduction to people in his profession to get started. Now, here's my question. If you are such a proponent of the warm market idea, why do you need to introduce yourself to people that you already know? Not your opportunity, you. Why do you need to introduce yourself? So that kind of shot his little theory full of holes as far as I was concerned. So what I'm telling you, who are looking at me right now, is very simply this. If you want to build a business, yes, you can introduce friends and family if you want, but don't rely on just them. You want to introduce your business to people who are interested in what you have to offer, plain and simple. Don't ever forget that. If you want it to be just friends and family, you're likely going to crash, burn, struggle, and fail. Because having the same bloodline and the same last name does not mean you're going to have the same mindset with regard to business. Keep that in mind as you build your business. Bring in people from all different walks of life so they can help your business grow and your business can flourish and go in all these different directions and touch all kinds of lives. That's your very simple Pearl from Earl for today. And I hope that you got some value from that. And if you did, like, share, and subscribe. Share this with people that you believe can benefit from it. And if you want more information about what I've shared and who can help you to make that kind of impact with people from all walks of life, click on the link in my bio so you can learn more. And until next time, when we get together for Pearl from Earl, this is Earl Bryan signing off, saying take care and be well, and make it a great 2019. Bye for now.